So let's take a look at the Hugel beds today. And first we have the bed with carrots. This is a carrot from last year that I'm leaving to go to seed. And there's also some garlic in this area too. Carrots and garlic grown together make great companion planting. This bed was the Sugar Baby watermelon, which there's not too much happening there at the minute. And this is my mixed bed of watermelons, cantaloupe melons, Josh's round zucchini that I picked just now, and the watermelon. So mixed bed with some peppers. This is the zucchini tonda, which is doing really well. Lots of ants in there, so pollinating's coming on nicely. This was a new variety of zucchinis that I got myself this year. So I like having lots of different shapes. This is an old bed of broccoli with a few onions in there as well. Again, great companion planting. And this is my, well, they should have been onions, but these I'm pretty sure are leeks. So I've left this one to go to seed because I have no more leek seeds. But the other one's looking mighty fine, ready for eating. So I have that today with the zucchini that I just harvested. The next bed is the Jackby little pumpkins. These were slow to come up, but I'm pretty sure pumpkins seem to be slower to arrive than any other zucchinis or squash. As indeed I find watermelons are slower too. This is my newly sowed bed of cabbage, and I've also seeded some more lettuce in here as well, and as you can see, something's been digging in there. Very likely the cats. And here is the end of my lettuce, hence why I've seeded some more. There's a little bit under the cloches still to go. And this is my bed I'm most proud of this year, my asparagus, the pink marble looking ones that you saw me transplanting in a previous video, and now a lot of them are transplanted here. I've put cloches over the smaller ones, and as you can see that helps them develop quickly. So I'm very proud of this bed. I keep these quite moist actually because I know they want a lot of water to begin with. And on to the next bed. Only one seems to be coming up at the moment, but as I say, they can be slow growing. This is the Hale's Best Rock Melon, and I only need one, so then I can get seeds to continue, but there could be others coming up. This was quite slow. This is supposed to be my KOHL RABI, but it needs a lot of weeding. You can see there is KOHL RABI, and I'm going to deal with this and weed it and sort it out the weekend. It's because I've transplanted it into the Hugel, and hence it brought the weeds with it. Hugelkulture doesn't normally have weeds, but you can bring them into an area if you're transplanting. So I'm going to deal with this weekend. And netting is a great way to stop butterflies, moths, bugs, whitefly, and I am going to change it to my original netting, which is finer. Now this is my very strange bed. This is supposed to be Malabar spinach. Does that look like it? No, it looks more like chard to me. And here is something else. Could be broccoli. Who knows? And here is the Malabar spinach transplanted. It was doing really well, but now as you can see, it looks like it's been eaten or shriveled away. That's all I've really got left, and there is a tiny stem here, and that is all I've got left. Probably the chameleons, that's what normally nibbles. But who knows what's going to become of the rest of that bed for now. So I'll just leave it all to grow. And here is one of my 3 project tomato beds. Check the link below for how to do this. So this is one of my tomato Hugel beds. I'm doing really well. And moving on, we have peppers. These are all from my indoor growing garden that I did indoors, growing starting in our winter, and there was no heat in the room that they were growing in. So they're all doing really well. There's a couple here that have the first peppers on. So already we're in mid-May and already I have peppers coming. Here are the leeks. They're not doing very well here. I think they're a little too dry. And then we have tomatoes and then beetroot, which I've actually got a new area for growing beetroot, so this will probably be my last here. And the same with radish. I have 2 these were really Ruth Stout beds here with radish, so they are elsewhere now. And here is a pepper mix, again mostly what I grew from the indoor growing, but there's a couple that were from last year, and you just chop them back. Pepper plants will regrow. Then we're on to my squash. These were my squash seeds from my very ever first growing trial, and I've always saved the seeds from those. So these are my saved seeds, and that's why I'm not always sure if they will regrow, because they've been quite a few years, so many seeds in storage. But you can already see there's some fruit growing here. So these are doing very well. I have hand pollinated these just to be certain that they will all pollinate. And now moving on to my albarello and my trumpet trombello zucchinis, and these are the ones that trail. You'll see my video last year where they just trail for miles each one. They're the very funny long curved produce. And this is my main tomato crop, the very first lot that I put from my indoor garden outside. And as you can see, these are my most advanced tomatoes, and over the other side some of them are actually turning colour to an orange. Let's see if we can find some of those for you. So you can see they're already starting to ripen up. So this is what I call my main Hugel bed of tomatoes. And there's a couple of the ripened ones starting to change colour. And these produce again and again right up to next winter and beyond if I take good care of them. So we do have tomatoes all year round if I develop them. This is another radish bed that I've now let go to seed. As you know, I keep at least a third of all my produce to go to seed. It's a little more seed than I need every year, but that does then mean if something happens to a crop for some reason and I don't get any produce the next year, I still have spare seeds. And again, here's a very old broccoli bed with 2 onions, because you always want to grow a couple of onions amongst broccoli to keep out the pests. And this is just for seeds. I will save all these broccoli seeds. And now on to my nano green zucchini. These are the ones that grow quite fast, and they give you the green dark like a cucumber. zucchini. They're very easy to prepare. And finally, the Queensland blue pumpkin, only one has grown, so I'm very careful to keep moist where I have the cloche to keep the root damp. No sign of the popping barley. And here we have where Mike had done me 2 taps to water the fruit forest, which is just above this ridge. He's now changed it to a hose pipe. This isn't an irrigation pipe with holes all the way down. It is literally a hose pipe, and he's done one from the tap you just saw all the way down to half of the Hugels. And then there's also a tap at the far end, the way I'm heading, and he's run a hose from there up to this direction. So there's 2 hoses going completely opposite ways, which when I do a brand new bed and put seeds in, I do like to water it, even though Hugels don't really need much watering, if any at all, if they're really built up. But as I'm doing a lot of transplanting at the moment, I do like to water them in, particularly as we're heading towards our hottest time, our dry summer. And here's some footage to finish with, just of the garlic and some of the zucchini produce. And let me take this time to thank all of you who watched to the very end of my videos, and those who had comments too. It really makes my day to read them and to see the support that I get for all I try and do. So thanks for the support, guys, and until next time, Meraki.